For the third series in a row, the Atlanta Hawks go into hostile territory and bring back a 1-0 series lead. The huge road underdogs went into Milwaukee and beat the Bucks 116-113. And I forgot to mention, Trae Young set history as he put up 48 points and 11 assists. Let's get into it. What's up, Atlanta? My name is Jeff Rawlins, and this is Atlanta Sports Raw, your one-stop shop for everything Atlanta sports. We talk Hawks, we talk Braves, we talk Falcons, and we talk Atlanta United. And today we're going to be kind of recapping Game 1 victory, Hawks over the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, 116-113. I want to start off a little differently, kind of talk about some things that I didn't like or that we could adjust to. And then, of course, I'll get into the meat of the good that happened because there was a lot of it. So just a little change of pace there because I know you've probably been hearing all the national media today just rave about the Hawks when they only won by 3 points. Very easily could have lost this game, and there's a bunch of stuff to take from it. So let's start from there. Just some things that I didn't like. First of all, we only went 8 of 23 from downtown. That's a 25% mark. Fortunately, the Bucks actually shot worse than us from 3. Only 8 makes again, but they shot it more. And throughout this series, they're probably not going to miss that much. So that is definitely a thing to look at. Drew Holiday, oh my gosh, he cut through us like a hot knife through butter. He was able to score on anything he wanted. He was getting those quick drives. He was putting up three-pointers. Just a beast in this game. And Chris Middleton and Connaughton are not going to go 0 from 13 beyond the arc in each game. Like, if just 2 of those shots from them go down, we probably lose the game. So Drew Holiday performing at that big of a mark is not good. Like, if you ask me, okay, in this series, Trae Young is going to average 45 points, but Drew Holiday is also going to average 35 points. I'd be scared to death that we were going to win the series. Like, I do not like that because as pretty much their third option, I mean, obviously he played way better than Middleton did in this last game, but overall throughout the year, he's been their third option scoring. I mean, Giannis is going to get his. Middleton's going to shoot way better than he did in this game. And for Drew Holiday to be able to cut us up like he did, that scares me. And some adjustments that I think we could make, just pressuring him more at the perimeter. He was able to get 1 or 2 steps to build up a head of speed before anyone was even near to him. I think we need to press a little bit more closer to the three-point arc and just get somebody in his face. He was just, like I said, able to make his move, and we were reacting to it instead of being proactive about defending him. Also, just kind of lazy getting back to the ball off the passes when they would hit guys on the other side. Milwaukee was moving the ball around pretty well, especially in their set plays. They were very good at finding the open man, but just not quick enough to get back and find a man to cover in those situations. I also thought we gave up way too many offensive boards, way too many second chances, and obviously that was more of a problem early on in the game. We actually ended up out-rebounding them in this game and had the same number of offensive rebounds, but a lot of that was the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter when they were going small. We just had a huge height advantage. But when they've got their bigger guys, Lopez and Giannis on the floor, like, we were just out-muscled, especially on defensive rebounds, and just gave up way too many second chance points. Offensively, we've got to have more than 2 people score half our points. Like, Trae was amazing. Collins, of course, I can't say enough about the game Collins had. Obviously, Trae's getting all the headlines, but we can't just have those 2 guys or any 2 guys be our production. Herter was okay. He was 13 points in this game. Just didn't shoot very well from outside. The Hawks, in total, didn't shoot very good from outside. That's something we've got to do better to adjust to what the Bucks are going to do, because they're definitely going to shoot better in this series than they did in Game 1. Obviously, Solomon Hill was kind of forced into the minutes that he was playing because Bogdanović is really banged up. Honestly, I don't care about Game 2. If he doesn't play, I will be happy. Get him healthy, get him off that knee, give him 4 days to rest up until Game 3 comes back to Atlanta. I mean, obviously you don't want to throw a game away, but he's not productive enough, not giving you enough minutes in the state he's in now. So get him off the floor, get him better, and so he can actually make a difference. Solomon Hill was pretty good. He actually had that really cool dunk where Drew Holiday just didn't expect him to do that. Honestly, I didn't expect it. I kind of jumped up out of my chair and was like, "There you go, Hill. There you go." But other than that, he's an offensive liability. He really is. And, it's 4-on-5 when he's on the floor. He produces enough defensively and is, of course, a average size forward out there. We need Bogdanovic's production offensively if we're going to keep up with this Bucks team. Because, like I said, it was a great game. The Hawks did what they needed to do to win in the end, but we could have very easily lost this game with the Bucks shooting horribly. I don't know what Coach Bud was thinking up until the fourth quarter. That drop pick and roll coverage. I mean, you got Portis and Lopez sitting below the free throw line when Trey's coming off a pick above the perimeter. Like, there is no way you're going to be able to stop him if he has 10 feet of room to do what he wants to do. I mean, and we saw it all night, except for the fourth quarter. And that's one thing that definitely concerns me, because once they adjusted and kind of went small with Giannis at the 5, Trey was 1 for 9 in the fourth quarter, 0 from 4 from 3. Just not productive at all. Got some assists and some free throw points, of course, but overall they did kind of stymie him, and it's because they pulled up their coverage, were coming off the pick, in front, and letting that guy, that helper, kind of switch instead of keeping that man like they did in the drop coverage, and it was working a lot better. So we'll see a lot more of that in Game 2. And I'm not saying Trey can't adjust to it, because he's one of the best at defending, or at breaking down defenses and taking what people are giving him. We obviously saw that in this game, that he was scoring and passing so versatilely. It was, like I said, anything he wanted for the first 3 quarters. But obviously in the fourth, it went down because of the defensive adjustments that Coach Bud made. So those are the things I noticed that obviously weren't great. No team is going to play a perfect game, but obviously, the Hawks have things to fix, and coming into Game 2, hopefully they can address some of those things and shoot better from beyond the arc. They were actually very good from the floor. So hopefully they can fix a few of those things. And obviously now what everyone wants to talk about, the good that came from this game. And it has to start with Trae Young. No player in history has had 48 points and 10-plus assists in a conference final. Just unreal production. Obviously didn't shoot very good from 3. It was just 4 of 13. I didn't care after he made that shimmy 3. I put it up, man. Just put it up. Just get as much momentum and looks that you want to, because he was feeling it. Doing an alley-oop off the glass to Collins, that is absolutely ridiculous in a conference finals game. It was just unbelievable that third quarter he had, and everything was going. So his swagger and confidence were just up, and it was leading to some really cool play, some really productive play. An underrated thing that that where he faked the behind the back and went past Knafton and scored the like 2-foot floater with a defender kind of moving in front of him. Just how do you do something like that and then do an actual behind the back pass to Herter, and then do the lob off the glass to Collins, and then hit that three, and like all that stuff in one game? And it was absolutely beautiful to watch. I'm sure Hawks fans, if stuff like that was happening to us, we'd be mad in the moment. But you even as Bucks fans, you would have had to say, "Oh my gosh, this guy is just on another level" in that moment. This is the Trae Young game. This is the game that Trae Young went off. Until it happens again, I don't know, Friday night. Hopefully, that would be amazing. But let's take some time to appreciate what a game this was from him, because stuff like that doesn't happen often when you have the right combination of winning the game on the road, first playoff, almost 50 points, 11 assists, like 3 rebounds away from a triple-double, and he's 22. He did this in front of a packed Milwaukee crowd, and he's just fearless. But we'll move on now to Collins, obviously. A lot of people are giving him love for this game, and I don't think it's enough. You look at the stats, and you see 23 points, 15 rebounds, and you assume, he had a great game. But what I saw was an absolutely elite two-way player. John Collins is putting in the work to get his max contract. And I'm sorry, Travis Schlenk, if you don't, I'm going to be pissed, because Collins is definitely one of my favorite players. Obviously, he doesn't have the whole villain mantra behind him or have the swag that Trae does. But you see him after he makes a corner three. It's that left corner. He just makes that all the time. Like, why aren't we running that play 10 times a game? Like, seriously, he's lights out from that corner. Anyways, he's got this fight in him. He's so energetic, flying around on the defensive end. He gets blocks. He covers men well. He retreats to the perimeter to the ball shooter. He's just not lazy. He puts in the work defensively and offensively. He sets a really good screen. He is so in Trae's head with what he's trying to do. They're synced. And it's really fun to watch right now. Had some really big rebounds, especially in the fourth quarter. Had a couple putbacks and was just all over the place. Just a very good game from him. I thought Clint Capella was really good in this game. Didn't have that many shots and missed a few. Really good presence under the rim. Wasn't great on Giannis, but who is going to be? Like I said, he's going to get his. But Capella made him work for it. He was taking a few of those kind of step back mid range. That was well, I'll take that. If he's taking that shot instead of a dunk or a layup or a lob, I'll take that. He's very good at that shot, but I'd rather him have that than a dunk. I also thought Nate McMillan just came in with a really good offensive plan, just overall really versatile in how he called plays, and obviously saw that drop coverage not being able to stop Trae early on. And honestly, I've been really impressed with how he's handled these close games, time management wise, timeouts wise, just plays called off of the timeouts. Just a really good coach game from him. But overall, just a huge win by the Hawks to go on the road 3 times for series openers and win all 3. It's just unprecedented. What the Hawks are doing right now is making history. And obviously, there's still a long way to go. But the Hawks showed us that they are not afraid of this moment. They are here to win. They're not here to show up and get their participation trophy. I'm not saying they're going to win the series. I'm not saying they're going to do anything, even if they make the finals. But the Hawks are not going to go away quietly. And that's something to be really proud of if you're a fan of this team. We're the underdog. We're playing with house money, as the media likes to say. But I just don't see that from this team. I think they're there to win, and they showed last night that they definitely can, because obviously when I talked about it wasn't a perfect game. I think the Bucks are going to adjust, but I think they're going to shoot better in game 2. I think Trey is still going to get his. I think he's actually going to facilitate a little bit more. We're going to have a more balanced box score at the end of game 2. The Hawks have a really good chance. They're not the betting favorite in the series yet. Obviously, if they win on Friday, they absolutely should be. But I doubt they'll be an 8-point underdog on the road Friday. I haven't looked at the betting market yet, but that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate all y'all, and we'll do a recap video after Friday's game, and we'll see you later, HEL. God bless.